Hello, this is NFL Rivals. No, this is not Madden Mobile, but it is very comparable. My name is Intense, and I started my mobile content creation journey all the way back on Madden Mobile in 2017. I started on Madden Mobile 16, and then the following year, I figured it would be a good time to start back up my YouTube channel because it was inactive for a while. But slowly as time went on, I lost more and more interest in Madden Mobile. I always have loved football. The second I saw NFL Rivals, I figured I might as well give this a download, but then I just kind of let it sit for a while because I didn't really understand the game. When I finally dug in and began to play, I found it was really easy to learn and actually very, very addicting. You can earn some real money also if you want to from this game. All of this I did not know until I actually sat and learned more. That's exactly why I am making this video here. If you guys are new, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Both of those things really will help me out a ton. I mainly post mobile shooter games, but I figured I would kind of dip my toes into this game because this video that I'm making, I haven't seen really anyone else do a full guide to just kind of beginners on NFL Rivals. So for the homepage and / when you begin the game, first going to open and be prompted with different tutorials that will help you learn the game. In this video, I kind of just wanted to give you my own tips and trick for everything that goes into NFL Rivals and actually like kind of the gameplay, just little tips and tricks for the events, things like that. The live hub is where you mainly are always going to start whenever you open. This is essentially where you can get the information for the week or the season. You can also find the battle pass equivalent here in Rivals, which is the power pass, and you can grind this out with different tasks. I highly recommend always checking the dailies because you can complete it way faster. I think we're only not even a week in and I'm already at tier 20, so you can complete this really fast as long as you're on the grind and staying up to date with it. You do not want to cut it close at the end of the season because the rewards are very worth it in this game. This I will get into later. Also in the live hub is the seasonal store, which has cards for the seasonal currency. The time of recording for this is the Shakers update, so these are Shaker points, and there's a bunch of different players or packs that I can get using these points. These are unlocked through the pass, but you can also grind these out mainly through the events. We're going to get a majority of them, and also the events are going to be a main focus in this game, but again, that is another thing that I will get into a little bit later in this video. Finally, for the live hub, we have the crafting section, which I'm still a noob at and I have not fully been able to flesh out, but I have actually, I think it's at the very end of my recording for this, but I did complete the Cooper cornerback card because I am trying to get a solid all Eagles team, and he's a very good card to pick up for that. So it's basically, if you guys have played Madden Ultimate Team or Madden Mobile, it's the same exact thing as the events where you put in certain cards, put in certain points, whatever, and then you get a special player at the end whenever you finish the crafting. Next is the squads. This is very self-explanatory. It's going to be a quick section, but I just wanted to note that you should always try and join a good clan, or at least an active clan. An active clan is going to be way more important than a good clan, but if you can get into a good active clan, that is going to be awesome. The higher your rank are, the more bars you get or the more gems and coins that you get, and this will help you upgrade your roster even quicker, so you're not just stuck waiting to upgrade your overall because you don't have enough coins or whatever it is. Now getting into the actual team, I've held off on using this term until now because I know the general view of them is not the best. But these cards on your team are NFTs in the game, or non-fungible tokens. It means that they are buyable, sellable, and tradable with other people for real money. I know a lot of people are instantly thinking, or they have been instantly thinking from the beginning of this video, is this game pay to win? And although it can be argued, obviously, just like with Arena Breakout, I would say that it is not any more pay to win than a regular Madden Ultimate Team game. The goal is to achieve the best cards in their respective positions, which is more than likely a mythical card, but sometimes these may actually be legendary or epic. For example, the Jalen Carter card is actually considered to be one of the best defensive tackles in the game, but he is only an epic card, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes you won't need the mythical card, especially because those mythical cards are insanely expensive. I think the cheapest one I just saw was for like 200. That was a Derrick Henry. So once you get these cards, you have to upgrade them with training points, coins, and eventually at the turning levels you're going to need conditioning points and weight room points. These are super grindy and can take a while to get, so keep this in mind. If there's a card that you want to max, just make sure you're putting all your points towards that one card, because you'll be able to max it way faster. One more side note is the more players that you have in a position leveled past 5, the more synergy that you can receive to further boost the team, and also This is something that brand new a couple days ago. The more players you have on a specified team that are leveled up, for example, I have an all Eagles team for the most part, so the more Eagles players that you have, the higher overall you can actually boost as well. This is also a personal tip, but prioritizing the defense first is a suggestion that I have because the RNG of the simulation is not going to be your friend all of the time, and you play offense but you have no control of the defense, so it's better to make sure that you are strong there first and then kind of work your way towards the offense. And then lastly, I would honestly prioritize kickoff team last, but that's just again a personal tip. Market and shop, this is where you buy and sell cards with one another, but I would like to halt right there because I've been trading cards on here for the past few weeks, and I really have a massive tip. Just trade cards on their website, not in the game. It's a much better UI for one, and also the deals on the site are far better. The listings are much more abundant on the actual site than on the app for some reason, and also the Jalen Carter card that I mentioned earlier is $150 in the game, but he's $80 on the actual marketplace website, so it's just something to consider if you're going to actually spend the money. For players, just kind of go on to their actual mythical marketplace and do it there. Don't spend the money for the in-game currency and then buy it there, because you're probably going to really overpay for a card. I've done this already 2 or 3 times and I'm very frustrated at myself for doing that, so learn from me. Don't make the mistake I did. The shop is fun, and you here can try to pull rare cards. I've already sunk a decent amount already, and I haven't pulled a single legendary. However, I did pull a free legendary worth $40 in an event pack that I grinded for. So luck really will swing both ways in this game, and you can actually make some decent money that is real, and it's not just pennies. Most of the cards will be pennies, but there are again some legendary cards that you can pull for free that you can make some decent change on. For example, $40. Actual gameplay, this is a simulator. As I said, you don't ever touch the defense side. You will kick off, receive kickoffs, and play offense, but other than that, there is no defense. I'm sure you already understand the objective here, but there are some tips that I have to actually speedrun these matches and guarantee a win. Firstly, always run slants or go routes. Slants are better for the higher powered teams, but both of these can be great to score on the first or second throw. Also, if you have the double post route that crosses on one or the other side, this is always going to be open if you throw it at the spot where they cross. This is just a little trick that I picked up over the time playing. It's a very neat trick, but it's a guaranteed 100% completion every single time. If you throw the ball where the routes cross, it's going to complete 100% of the time. Once you catch the ball, use your boost. You might be caught around the 5 or 20 line, depending on the training of the player or the position that it's in. The actual player to throw to and scoring on these drives will really depend on your calls and your skills, but you will find that it's really simple. Now, the biggest tip, once you are up 2 or 3 scores in the match, you can begin to throw interceptions or get safeties if you feel confident enough to do that. The only time I really wouldn't throw an interception is if you are close to your own end zone. I would throw one long pass down the field and then throw a pick while they're in their own end zone. So just make sure that the most time possible gets ran off the clock and also doesn't give them a very easy opportunity to score. You can also, like I said, get safeties. If they have just scored and they kick off the ball, you're still up 2 scores, you can run it back into the end zone, get a safety, and then give them the ball right back so they can run some more time off. Both of these actions will, like I said, give the ball back to the opposing team, and they will just run the clock, continuously do this until the game ends. You are already up a few comfort scores, so even 1 or 2 touchdowns will not really affect the outcome. And then from there, you've easily won the game. Now the campaign mode, this is also known as the solo mode. You will need a 3000 overall to actually fully complete this, but you can slowly but surely progress your way through this. I am at like 2500 overall, so I fully haven't even completed this myself yet. But I usually like to grind out the full season because it gives the best rewards. But obviously, make sure that you do everything at least one time because there are packs that you get from these events. If you ever do have the arena tickets, make sure that you are always using those as well. This is going to give you the best rewards in the entire campaign or solo mode, so just make sure you use those arena tickets. As I said, the events are the main grind of this game, but you have to make sure that you actually have a solid roster before you can really compete for the highest level. And also, if you don't have a solid bench, then sometimes you are going to be screwed because there are limited players allowed and also banned players for certain events. So you have to make sure that you have a solid and trained roster entirely for the starters and the bench. Even if you don't have the most solid roster, still compete in all of the events that you can, because everyone starts somewhere, and some of these events actually do give out decent gems, decent training points, weight room, conditioning points, things like that. So it is a very grindy game, but you can work your way up slowly with these events, and it's going to be the best way possible in the entire game. This game is a fresh take on the NFL and changes up the regular Madden pace, which is actually a big reason that I was pulled in. Madden Mobile slowly changed so much over the years, and I slowly just lost interest, and one of the main reasons was the loss of control over my account. Not saying it got hacked, but I really just didn't have control over my packs, my coins, my player, and on learning that Rivals fixes a lot of these problems, I got hooked, and I have been since. This is not an advertisement. I want to make that very clear. I should have said that at the start of this video, but this is not an ad. This is not a paid promotion. I just really enjoy the game. In fact, I am actually negative in the game as of now. There is a huge potential, not only in the Web3 space, but in gaming in general with this mobile game right here. If you play, you want to make a squad, let me know. I am looking for other players who are good, or if you have a squad and you are looking for someone, please let me join it. I am trying to get into an active squad. Also, if you have any personal tips that you use yourself for this game, please drop them in the comments. But with that, I'm going to head out. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Both of those things really do help me out a ton. I'll see you later though. Peace.